Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Today is my review for The Walking Dead 175, the first part of the New World Order. Unfortunately, I do not have it in my hands this time, as because I spoke to my comic guy this morning or today, and he said it has not shipped over yet. They come in tomorrow at about 12 o'clock, so I'm going to go collect it then. But I found a YouTube video with the actual comic on it, so I thought, okay, check the issue out when I was at college, so I did. I can see the holes in my ripped hoodie, sorry. Distractions. But yeah, I watched it. Oh god. Sorry. But yeah, basically, I'm going to be watching this from my computer, but the images of the panels will come up on the screen, so let's get started. The New World Order, part 1 of 6. Previously, it all started when a woman named Stephanie spoke to Eugene through his radio. She belonged to another community, far away from Alexandria. After earning her trust, Eugene was given a location, and Michonne led him and a small squad on a journey west. But after arriving at the rendezvous point, they didn't exactly see what they were hoping for. Ooh, I'm gonna like it. Yeah, we all start off. We cut right back to the end of issue 173, where all just like, all their hands are up, they're just scared as hell, and somehow Princess is completely calm. She's like, "Do you guys feel like you're a little overdressed?" Yeah, hands up and everything, but she's just like, "You guys are a little overdressed?" Obviously with her hands up, but she seems like a bit of a cocky attitude. And then we get the first look at the Commonwealth. Oh my god, they look absolutely amazing. I remember when this cover was first released for issue 175, I swear to god I thought they looked like Stormtroopers from Star Wars. And they're just like, not one move or we will open fire. They're just like, we will. They're literally standing like Stormtroopers, like with, I'm assuming G36Cs are the guns. I don't know, don't refer to me to that. But obviously they've got like knife bayonets at the bottom, so obviously you know they've been surviving. Princess is back at it with the cocky attitude, just saying, "Just look at yourselves, even with your little armour flaps over your ding-dongs. They're dead ones who, out here, who go straight for the ding-dongs." If you don't know what she means, she's referring to the penis. Which seems pretty stupid, now that I think about it. But it's like a nice little, like, page cover bit. Like, it's not a double page spread, but it's like, it's covered about like just over half the page, and then there's the bottom bit, and then you can see everyone else like Eugene, Yumiko, Sadiq are scared, but Michonne is confident. She's like pretty pissed off that it's not Stephanie who's there, and one of the Commonwealth guys says, "Is this bitch for real?" And he's like, "Quiet, Samuels." He's like, it's like when you meet your friends at like school or college, and they're just like, it's like, "Hey, dude, did you pay attention? Like, is this real?" And he's just like, and they were just like, "Just shut up, please." Eugene's immediate like, we're the people who met on the phone or over the radio. We're here because of the rendezvous point, and he immediately asks, "Where's Stephanie?" And they're like, "Stephanie wasn't authorized to come here, so like she has to have authority," which I'm assuming is the leader from the cover from 176. Obviously, she must have not been approved. Who knows? But this is actually from the Commonwealth soldiers, from someone else. Dun, dun, dun. And he's like, "You'll be talking to me. Gentlemen, can you escort our guests to the staging area? I'd like to sit down." And we're like, "Okay, who is this guy?" And he's like, "The journey here must have been long. The journey here was not kind of my archers, my kingdom for apocalypse-proof shoes." Okay. Confusing. And he's like, "Now let us begin." Takes off his gloves and gets a pen out. Okay. He's like, "Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Lance Hornsby." Bad last name. I like the name Lance. I don't know why, I just do. He's like, "I'd like to get your names and where you're from geographically." which seems very mistrusting if you ask me. And then Eugene just goes, I want to talk to Stephanie, because Eugene has only been speaking to Stephanie for what, 20 odd issues now, 25 issues, and it's like, what? Like, okay, I've built this trust with this woman, I've told my leader, okay, surely she must be there. And this Lance dick says, like, we like new people, we need new people, we love the new people. And he's like, he's just making sure, and he's like, okay, we're not going to rush things, do I make myself clear? Eugene's like, I met Stephanie on the radio, and I got to know her, I trust her, I don't trust you, I'm not saying a word until I see Stephanie. He's just like, and then we refer to Officer Samuels. Yeah, because when the cover for issue 177 dropped, we get to meet Officer Mercer, who's wearing a, like the cover for 175, like the Stormtroopers. That's what I'm calling them. Don't judge. Officer Mercer is a red Stormtrooper, which is going to be different. But obviously, they're obviously referred to as officers, so I'm assuming whatever this community, obviously they're like the guys who go out on supply runs, who go to locate new communities to trade with. I'm assuming that as well. So they were referred to as the officers. They're like the law. And that's going to be interesting because don't forget, Rick was a former cop. So is he going to have a confrontation with Officer Mercer? Who knows? And obviously he's like, do a sweep of the area, make sure they aren't with any others, otherwise they're going to get killed. We don't want to introduce new people straight away. And they're like, until you men return, we wait. So they're going to stay there until the area is completely clear and they don't kill them. And he's like, if we don't see Stephanie soon, we're leaving. And he's like, does he speak for all of you? Michonne's like, yes. And he's like, okay, you're united. That's actually a good thing. And he's being real like, okay, you're a group of people. You're good working together. That's really good for the community. And he's like, gentlemen, take aim. And they're just like, ready to fucking shoot them down, which I hope they do not do. And he's like, okay, fine. He's like, well, we are prepared to shoot you. Please understand that is the absolute last thing they want to do. Because obviously you want to merge with these communities. Because The Walking Dead, like, from when Jesus and the Hilltop were introduced, Rick, before then, it was just Rick and his group on his own at the prison in Atlanta, at Herschel's farm. Yeah, and obviously the governor was a bad man. And the hunters. And obviously, they've been expanding ever since Jesus and the Hilltop was introduced. Yes, we got introduced to the Saviors. Then there was all that war. And then we had the time skip. And then we had, obviously, the established community network and how that worked. And then we had the Whisper War, because obviously all the communities came together. And now the Commonwealth. And apparently they're supposed to be bigger than anyone we've ever seen before, according to Robert Kirkman. Michonne starts to talk, I think. And he's like, we've dealt with small men and threats. He's like, we're on the same page. And then Michonne's like, Lance, listen, why don't you ask your questions and we'll see how this goes. We don't want to be here any longer than we have to be. And Lance is just like, I like you already. I don't know why I did that. And he's like, let's start with your names. Writes it down. Any additional weapons? And he goes, okay, and Michonne, distance travelled to get here, how many days on the road? Curiosity. Do you have friends in the area we should be aware of? No, because obviously they were sent out as a little team. Are there any unusual customs or ways of living you've picked up over the years of survival in the apocalypse? Because obviously, obviously people adapt to the zombie apocalypse in different ways. Like the Whisperers, for example, they had to wear skins. But yeah, they go along. Officer Samuels returns with the horses that they came with. And he's like, I see horses. There's 5 horses, but there are 6 of you. Did one of you walk here? And Princess, obviously, she's the new gal in town, goes, nope, they picked me up in Pittsburgh. Cool. And he's like, that's the kind of information we need. Okay, good. And she's like, I'm going to have to interview you, Miss Juantina. And then she quickly then says, princess. And he's like, what? She's like, I prefer princess. I mean, I gave that name to myself, and she's like, I'm not exactly normal. Which I don't blame her. I guess anyway, adjusting to this world can make different people be different. And he's like, I'm not going to start over with princess. She's been with you, if she's been with you this long and hasn't hurt you, then I can take her aside later and do an assessment, okay? He's like, okay, I feel comfortable. We can take the trip to the Commonwealth. Yay! And he's like, no, we're not going anywhere because he doesn't trust. And she's like, you let me talk to Stephanie or you can just fucking shoot us, understand? And he's like, you can't be serious. I mean, honestly. He's like, he's just pissed off because Eugene is so set on seeing Stephanie. Obviously, trust is a big thing in the zombie apocalypse. It's hard. It's hard to trust a lot of people. It's like when you meet someone new, do you trust them with your life straight away? No. You talk to them. You sort things out with them. You see your commons, your interests, and then you get along, and then you trust them. He's like, you're going to come back with us. We're going to take you back to the Commonwealth, which I'm assuming is going to happen in issue 176, which is next month, unfortunately. And then we start travelling to the Commonwealth's place, or whatever. Lance is falling asleep in the carriage, and he's just like, hey, and obviously one of the soldiers goes, hey, don't worry. Lance has been, he's always kind of a prick. And, like, they'll protect you, don't let the gear fool you, and they put, okay. And then one just goes, full stop. And, obviously they're kind of militarized. They're like, we have contact left, eyes open, IC6, no 9, more behind, and they're just like, okay, blades over bullets. Now that's a good thing, because obviously blades are, obviously, create gun noise, you attract more. Basic Walking Dead stuff. They wake Lance up somehow, and then you can see them with like their guns. They're just like stuff like that, just like shoving the guns into their faces with the knives on the end. They're like, red alert, it's a swarm. And he's like, is this the Magneta swarm? What's the Magneta storm? We may find out sooner or later. Because it might be like another super herd, like the Whisperers. Who knows? And then Lance just woke up, he's like, what? What's going on? And they're like, should we do something? Eugene just quickly goes like, should we do something? They're like, we should be ready to go. We should be ready to go if something goes terribly wrong. But obviously we can see the Commonwealth just mowing down the walkers, which seems amazing. And I kind of want Princess to do her thing with her gun. And Lance is actually very impressed because they can somehow stand their ground and just like, okay, well, we'll be prepared to fight if we need to. And he goes, and he's like, we should really get going. They can handle it, that's fine. And then he goes, Lance just goes, then onward. See you boys back in the Commonwealth. And Michonne, everyone else, plus Lance and some more Commonwealth soldiers just leave the soldiers behind just to kill them all. Okay, that's fine. Then we see the football stadium with Lance. He's like, won't be long now. And I'm assuming, and obviously Michonne's like, the stadium? Is that where you're kept? And he went, no, the stadium is for our concerts and football games. What? They use that stadium for the concerts and like, again, new world, like, what? This is like Larger World Part 2. Even Princess is surprised. They're like, you have concerts? And Lance is explaining, yes, we have loads of popular musicians at the Commonwealth, but it's not a kingdom of blind one eye of that situation. I don't know. And Sadiq just goes, and football? And he's like, this time of year, yeah, we've also got baseball, basketball, and soccer. Wow. And they're like, leagues aren't very big, even though we got the whole beggars can't be choosers thing. And they're just like, wow, okay, this is new. And the big question Magna does ask, how many people are in the Commonwealth. And they say almost 50,000. Wow. 50,000 people. Oh my god, that is so big. And Lance is like so happy, and yet everyone's just like, 50,000 people. We can, if we better be on their good side. Please, please, Rick. But yeah, that was so amazing. And then they see like a billboard with loads of, I'm assuming, pictures, and they're like, what the hell's that? And he's like, that's the Wall of the Lost. Because obviously people die over the last 4 years of this apocalypse, and it's devastating. And like, we lost a lot of people, and it's just nice for the people, and it's kind of tragic. But they obviously want to go check out the wall, and like, we've lost people too. But they're like, I know it's overwhelming. For Princess, Magna, and Yumiko, it's kind of depressing and sad for them. Michonne's like, oh, might as well. But Eugene definitely shocked me here. She's like, Michonne, you should look at this. And we get like this massive double page spread. Again, I love it. Of everyone. Magna, Yumiko, Princess, Sadiq, and Eugene. Only to sit, and Michonne goes, what is it? And this completely shocked me. That. Have you seen my mum, Michonne? If you have any information, please contact Elodie at the bakery on 6th Street. What? Like, Michonne is crying. Like, if you know... And oh, by the way, this is the end of the issue now. Bam, issue over. Complete cliffhanger. Thank you, Robert Kirkman. Bruh. But nah. What? Somehow, like, when we came back, like, obviously Michonne's character, she's been the lone wolf ever since issue 19. Like, that's over 150 issues ago. 150 issues of this complete and utter badass who's just been this kind of lone wolf and not really told anyone about her past. And yes, she used to talk to her boyfriend, like, by herself, just like, yep, I like these people, I'm staying. She can picture him there. But if you played the Telltale Michonne miniseries, you might know who Elodie is, and that is Michonne's daughter. And obviously, by the title, like, have you seen my mum? Like, what? Like Michonne has not seen her children in 4 years. Imagine that. Like, at the start, if you read the Michonne special, she's like. Or no, if you read the Telltale game, if you played the Telltale games, you can say that when the apocalypse started, her and her husband Dominic got divorced, and obviously they had shared custody over Elodie and her sister Colette, who was a lot younger. I think Elodie was about 10 and Colette was about 7. But it's just thinking about how, like, obviously Michonne thought they were dead for so long. They could do, like, when she made her appearance back in The Walking Dead, Michonne, by the way, in issue 139, she was like, I lost my daughters, I abandoned them, they're probably dead or walkers or worse. She finally buried her past, and now it's just came back to haunt her again. Maybe Elodie and Colette, and maybe Dominic, her ex-husband in the Telltale games, I don't know what he'll be called in the comics, but oh my god, Michonne's children might be alive. Wow, okay. That's very different, if you ask me. But obviously the issue ends with Michonne crying her eyes out, and now we have to wait until February 7th for the issue 176, which is that one. It's got the new Commonwealth, I'm assuming the Commonwealth leader. Can't wait to know what her name is. And I hope we get to meet Stephanie in the next issue. But, yeah, it was very different. Like, again, we've been waiting for the New World Order story arc to come for ages now. And now it's here. That cliffhanger, oh my god, has definitely sent shivers down my spine when I felt like, because obviously I know so much about The Walking Dead. I know, like, once I get into something, I go deep into it. I really want that to play out in the TV show. That's all I have to say. Maybe, because obviously Michonne dated Rick in the TV show, so that could be a good piece of drama. Her ex-husband comes back and he's like, we can be a family together again with Elodie and Colette. But in the show, she only has one child. So, who knows? Actually, no, wait, hang on. No, wait, hang on. Yeah, I just realised, in the show, her husband died. I think her whole family died, so I think that renders it irrelevant. But I don't know. You'll have to quote me in the comments below. Comments. But yeah, this is the end of my review for The Walking Dead, issue 175, New World Order, part 1 of 6. I am collecting the special variant, which is the 15th anniversary edition as well. That is this one. And then we've got the 176 cover as well, which is also the Michonne one. So there could be some symbolism there. Who knows? Who bloody knows? But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Please subscribe if you haven't done already. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, guys. I think we can do it. Let's hit the goal. Okay, I'll see you next month with The Walking Dead issue 176, The New World Order, part 2.